Hey there, this is Tracy Cotton from Morrow Insurance Agency, and I'm actually not in the office today. That's why it's not my usual time. I had to be out of the office today to travel for an appointment in Charlotte, which is a few hours away from Marion, North Carolina. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the question of the day, which always has to do with insurance, and a little bit about why you're from Charlotte. Wow, that's a real coincidence. That's awesome. It's very busy there, and I was glad to get back home today. But I always do a question of the day, and I usually do it early in the day, but I always concentrate on insurance questions that specifically have to do with small businesses and farms. And one of the questions that I get from folks who are just out there shopping around for insurance for their business, it's like a lot of people say, why do I even bother doing business with a local agent when I could just call up a 1-800 number? It's very convenient. I'm very busy. I really don't have time to go all the way in and sit down and talk with somebody. Why is it so important to do business with a local agent? And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that today because that actually is kind of like where my heart is at right now. And I know that sounds interesting because as an insurance agent, where's my heart at? Well, it has to do with, as a local agent, being involved in the community and really getting to know the area and what the area needs are. And so as a local insurance agent, one of the things that I do is I support local businesses with service, obviously, anything that I can do, and when I have time and so forth. And one of the things that I do, because I like to run, is I like to participate in 5Ks, which actually I was going to show just three of my last three 5Ks. And one of them, you can see it in the very back. It's hard to see that. And it's also the medal that I've got right here. It came from the McDowell Health Coalition. That happens to be one of my clients. It's a nonprofit. That's something I actually like to do, and I have several clients that are nonprofits. But I was able to run in it, participate in it, sponsor the back of the T-shirt. But upcoming, not this weekend, but the next weekend, is the No Excuse for Abuse 5K that's going to be held in Marion, North Carolina, and that benefits the New Hope of McDowell. And it is a nonprofit that works with the prevention of domestic violence, as well as providing a shelter for families trying to exit out of domestic violence situations. And it happens to be one of my customers. And so I'm really excited about that 5K. I've already made my donation, already got my registration ready. And it's one of those kind of things where, I know what it is they do. I keep up with what's going on with them. I keep up with, what kind of exposures they have, making sure that they're protected because they are sponsoring this 5K, making sure the McDowell Health Coalition is protected when they had their 5K, when they recently had their Soapbox Derby. Being local means that I know what it is that they're doing, and I can keep up with them. So if you choose to have a local agent take care of you for insurance, one of the things that you would expect and that you would want from that is that you would get the benefit of somebody actually paying attention to what it is that you were out and about doing. Whether or not they saw you constructing a new office building, if you're an office, or whether or not they saw that you had just added a few vans to your fleet, if you're a HVAC tech or something. See what I'm saying? If you are paying attention and somebody's actually a local agent, then they should be able to kind of keep up with some of that stuff. And you should be able to get a hold of them easy enough that it really won't be an issue. Because I know some people say, well, I just prefer the 1-800 number because it's so convenient. Well, it should not be inconvenient to reach your agent anyway. The other thing that I would put out there about local agents is that they know the area. Thank you so much for the hearts. I really do appreciate it. For those of you who will be watching this on the replay, because I do record these and put these out onto the Morrow McDowell YouTube channel. If you hear me talking to somebody, it's because these are actually taped off a Periscope, and down at the bottom, people will send me a chat. Sometimes they'll send me a question. Obviously, I'm at home today, not in my office. But they'll send me a question about insurance, or they'll just say hi or whatever, and that's just us interacting. So catch me on Periscope Live if you can, but if you're just listening to the replay, know that sometimes I'm talking to people who you won't actually see the chat because when they record it for YouTube, it doesn't show up. But again, just the idea that with a local insurance agent, that it's somebody who would be in tune with what's going on in the community and would be better able to serve you and know what your needs are. And other kind of an aside is just the fact that knowing the market for your area can be extremely important. Knowing what kinds of risks are out there. Are you in a flood zone for your office building? Oh, hey, Terry, how are you? So good to see you. But, the whole idea of a local agent is that they can be more in tune. And when I say local, it doesn't have to be in the same town. If you're in a really small town and you want the benefit of doing business with somebody who's in the next town over because there's more options available, that part I get. What I'm saying is that the whole idea of just a 1-800 number in order to get your business insurance it's not the smartest shopping experience really for you because even though there's competition there and it's great to get lots of different quotes and so forth, you could be missing out on the other benefits of them having that knowledge of you personally as a business owner and what your business is doing as well as what's going on in the community. Maybe they could even put you in touch with somebody that you needed to get in touch with. One of the things that I'm really excited about right now is this coming weekend, I have been volunteering doing the social media for the Carolina Mountain Cheese Fest. The Carolina Mountain Cheese Fest is on Sunday in Asheville, and it's going to be a wonderful time with about 20 different cheesemakers and another 20 or so like other vendors, lots of different meats and crackers and other things that go with cheese at a local brewery, which is the Highlands Brewery. And it's going to be a great time. But the reason why I decided to volunteer for it was because some of my customers are cheesemakers. And some of my customers actually are in farming, and so it's just something that supports the overall farming and food production and local food and eat local, drink local kind of passion that I have for my area. And so, it was a way for me to give back to them as well as an opportunity to just get to know more people and to really just, to help them. Because with social media, this is something that, that I can do that I happen to know a lot about. And so I've been doing their Facebook page and their Instagram. And so if you happen to look up Western North Carolina Cheese Trail on Instagram or Twitter or our Facebook page, most of those posts have been me lately. And that's just because it's something that I was able to do and able to volunteer of my time. And so, my hope for you is that your insurance agent is really in tune with what you're doing as a business and is really in tune with your community, that they find ways to give back to the causes that you believe in, whether it be the same little leagues or, some of the same nonprofits that you all share, or just that you can see what difference that they're making in the community, because that is the benefit of doing business with somebody local. So again, anybody who has questions about their insurance, that is not so specific to where you live that I can't, at least help out or kind of give you some direction, feel free to drop me a line, insurancewisetracy@gmail.com. Otherwise, I will just look forward to catching y'all next time here on Periscope, where you can see, of course, the replay, or you can go to YouTube and you can catch us at Morrow McDowell Division on YouTube. We really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for everybody tuning in today while I'm sitting here in my living room. But I do really appreciate it. And remember, who cares about your insurance? That's me. Thanks.